Hi guys, welcome to Code Artisan Lab. This is video number 65 for multi-vendor e-commerce website in Django with ReactJs. In this video, we will implement the seller or vendor login and logout functionality, right? So we have already seen that how we can log in and log out in the customer panel. So that will be helpful. And in this, we will do the same, but for request the different URL and different component, right? So let's start to do this. So first of all, what we will do, we will open the seller login component, right? So it is seller login component, seller log, right? So we don't need this to okay. Now we have login, so let's implement few things. So first of all, import use state from React, right? And then import Axios from Axios, right? And then we have okay, and let's say constant base URL equal to, let's check the base URL. We have already in the customer login panel. Let's check that. This is our base URL, right? So here we have a base URL. So this is base URL. Then we will set constant login login form data, right? Set login form data equal to use state, and we should have a object. So object in the username, it is empty. Then password, this is also empty, right? And then let's set the messages, success and error messages. So success message, and it will be set success message, and it by default will be empty, right? And same we will do for error message, right? So here we have error message. All right, now we have this thing. Now let's say on change, here on change we will say input handler, right? And we need to define the name of this input, so we will say username, and we'll do the same thing for the password, right? So the name will be password, and on change input handler, and let's say the value equal to login form data dot username, right? And then we also have the same thing, password. So it will always the updated value whenever we type something, right? So now here we will say on click, so when button on click we will say submit handler, right? Now we need to create these two functions, so we'll say constant input handler equal to arrow function, right? And then here we have a event, and then we'll say, so what we are going to do, we will use the spread operator, and then we will modify our data, right? So we'll say, here you can see that. So we'll copy this. Okay, so set login form data, here we have, and this is the login form data. So what we are updating, target dot name, and name is same that we have given in the user state. So it's we should remember this name should be name of the input, right? So it will update the value. This will be the key and this is the value. Then let's go for the handler, right? So we'll say constant submit handler, and let's create this arrow function, right? And we'll say event, right? So here we will use the xuse, right? So when we click on this, then we need to create the form data first. Here we have a form data. This is same, so that I'm copying this. So username, password, we just need to change the name. Here we have, right? Then what we will do, we will submit this data. So we'll copy this submit data and here we will paste it, right? So what we are doing here, first of all, in the form data we are setting this form. Then here we will say vendor login. Later we will create this login, right? It is not exist currently. So this is error message, form error. So we'll say error message, and this is success message. Set form error. Okay, we don't need this. Actually, success message, if bool equal to false, then success message equal to false. Success message empty, error message will show the data. Else we will do the opposite. So we'll show the message in the success, else we will empty this. Okay. So, and because we are implementing this seller login functionality, we have to store the seller ID in our local storage, so that we can later use that user is logged in or not, or we need that ID for fetching the data, or we want to do something, because in the React we can't use the session, so we need to work on the local storage. So here we will say vendor ID, right? So data.id, and then we will say vendor login equal to true, whatever we are doing for the customer. But let's see what we need to change. Okay, so vendor id, vendor login, and vendor username, right? And everything else is fine. So let's see. First of all, let's create the vendor vendor url and login. So let's open the both files. So we have customer login, so we will do the same for the vendor. So we'll copy this. Let's go to the vendor panel. Here we have, and we'll just simply copy this one, paste here, and paste it, right? So now here we have a customer login CSRF example, because we are not sending CSRF token from the ReactJs, so that we are exempting this. So let's see where is vendor register. Here we have. Okay, so let's paste it, and we'll say vendor login, right? So authenticate username and password. Okay, and then we have vendor, and this is the user. So when let's see the model vendor. Okay, so vendor is connected with the user. So first of all, we will log in the user. From the authenticate function method, it will return the user, and if user exists, then we will say it will true, and it will fetch the vendor id. Okay, else it will show the message, right? And seller login, vendor login, data your user, everything is fine. Let's see now. Okay, so seller login, and after the login, right? So after the login, what should we do? We should redirect to the dashboard, like here, uh, constant check customer. It will check the customer if logged in or not. Then we will return to the dashboard, right? So if someone already logged in and try to go through the URL, so he will redirect to dashboard, right? So we'll say check vendor Here we have vendor login. Here it is vendor, right? Check vendor, right? So let's go to check now. So login here. Let's go. Let's open the console. What is this? Okay, we are in the we are in the edge, so let's go here and let's open the admin panel 10 slash admin. We'll say okay, so vendors, vendor 101. Okay, vendor 101, vendor 101. Okay, let's see the mm, 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 mm. Okay, we need to define one more thing. Button should be type button. Okay, so now let's refresh this page. Vendor 101, password is something, submit, nothing happens. Let's see, invalid username and password. Okay, it should show that messages. So here we have, okay, so we'll show here, here we will say success message, then we will say success and error message, we will say error, and this will be in danger. And what we are returning, actually we don't need to show the success message because when it's success it will redirect to the dashboard, right? Success, we will redirect to the dashboard. No need for success message, right? So don't need that, but we need set error message. So error message. All right, so we have this error message. Okay, so let's say this one, invalid username password, they are not the right place. We need to do something, card body. Now it's fine. Okay, so let's go here. What is the username? Username is correct, it should log in, not sure. Okay, still okay, let's go to the users, vendor, this one, let's change the password. Change password, password changed. Let's see now. All right, so submit. So it's vendor dashboard now, it's in no, seller dashboard. Oh, it's mixing so many things. Okay, so seller dashboard, right? Now we have if we try to go here, then it will automatically redirect to the seller dashboard. Okay, now we need to hide this one if vendor is already logged in, right? So what we will do, we need to open the header, right? So components, header, and we need to find the local storage, check vendor, right? So check vendor, so we'll say here, right? So check vendor, and then we'll have we have to do we have to create two UL. Check vendor, then we'll have this one, sorry, this one UL, right? And if not, then we'll have the these two functions. Remove this. Okay, so we have this thing, right? Where it is, this one. All right, so if not, sorry, if not check vendor, then register log. Okay, 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 but it will ask, oh, we have, I thought we don't have anything that because if we do this, then it will ask for the parent tag, but we can do that because we have parent tag functionality in React. So if you create this empty tag, it will denote as a parent tag, right? So we have this one. Thank God we have something that we can solve. Okay. Still. Uh, mm, 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 mm. Vendor panel. Actually, this should be in UL. UL. What it was before. Let's check this. Oh, right. Class drop down. Drop down. Okay. Drop down menu. All right. So now we have dashboard, we have logout, because we don't have register and login because we are already logged in. Now for the logout, let's go to, we need to create a same component as we have for the customer. Okay, so what we will do here, we have a customer logout. Where is the customer logout? Okay, here we have. Okay, we should also have seller logout. So let's go to seller logout. We don't have, let's create that then. So we'll copy this one, paste a new one, and we'll go to the seller and we'll create here seller logout.js. So we have removed storage, vendor login, right? Vendor username. One more thing we need to remove, but we didn't remove in a vendor ID. Don't need to do. So we also need to do, I will also update in the customer ID, because we are also saving the vendor ID or customer ID in the login part. So here you can see. Okay, so sorry, seller logout, and we need to define this function in our main app component, where is here. So seller login, we'll copy this one, seller logout, seller logout, and we'll define this in the seller panel, right? So seller, and then we have seller logout, right? So let's try to do that. Oh, this should not be login, this should be logout. So header, dashboard, log out. Okay, all right. So if I log out, then where it is going? Customer dashboard. Why this is going to customer dashboard? It should be go to vendor login. No. All right. So here you can see it is showing the right thing, but let's log out this. Let's log in here again. So vendor 101 and password is something. Okay. So we have here vendor login. Sorry, this is my mistake. Seller login, right? So it should be seller login. Okay, vendor 101. So ABC. Okay, so we have successfully implemented seller login and logout with the help of our previous customer code. Now, so in the next video, we can start our working on the dashboard. We will do the add product listing, orders, approve orders, product publishing, right? And we will show on the front end panel, right? So we will go to deep dive in a vendor dashboard. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video, and if you find this video very helpful, right, so please subscribe, share this channel, and also like this video, like this channel, right? And again, thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying this series, and if you have any question, any query, then please add in the comment section. I will try to solve as soon as possible, right? Thank you. Let's meet in the next video.